Hello, this is a timeless channeled message meant to find you whenever this finds you. So the tarot cards we have for this reading are Three of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Lovers. I heard internally deciding where we're going to go. Okay, so what's weird is that in all of these cards, there seems to be three people or three subjects. Three of Cups, three women dancing, Six of Swords, the man and a veiled woman and a child. And in the Lovers, there's the angel, Adam and Eve. But okay, somehow the concept of three just stands out so strongly, or three subjects, and you are of course one of them, but there's two other important people in your life. I feel like you're deciding something for the three of you, or you're leading a group of three people, including yourself. I don't know how to describe this. It's like you're navigating waters, you're navigating the next step to do. I'm trying to think of different situations in which a three is important, or a three-person dynamic. My first instinct was to say polycule, but that's not necessarily true for everyone, like a romantic triad. But this can also be three friends, three roommates, it could be parents and a child. There's just, again, the sense of three people that stand out so strongly. It could be like a team of three people if you're like a small like department in work, or could be three people if you're just like a really small business and there's just one person and two employees. Again though, okay, it's weird because you seem to be in a leadership position, but at the same time, you view these other people as your equal. Like, if this is a business, this looks like, the term I want to use is horizontal leadership, where everyone is paid equally, or rather, maybe even if it's not about the pay, it's more like you value what the other two people have to say in this. It feels, the word I want to use is like a witch's coven, where it's like if two people have a disagreement, the third one will break it or will resolve it by deciding which one is the best, and everyone respects the decision or outcome. I don't see that much conflict here, but again, I feel like right now you're put in some type of position where you need to choose something for the group, or you need to help lead them towards something better. So we're gonna get some clarification for this. I'm gonna ask Spirit, can you clarify the Three of Cups? Why is the Three of Cups here? Maybe this will help with being more specific about what this three-person dynamic is. Oh. One card flew out. It's the Queen of Wands. And the other two we'll have are the Hierophant and Two of Cups. Oh my, okay. Okay, the Hierophant has three people again, and one side of the Hierophant was the Queen of Wands that popped up earlier, and I feel like this is you. And then there's the Two of Cups on the other side, which is just the two other people in whatever this trinity of people are. Again, it's just, there's something here about you needing to be in a leadership position or needing to decide something for the group. And I feel like it's in everyone's best interest The Queen of Wands to me is a queen of the people, mostly because she understands people's desires, people's passion, and she understands both the light and dark aspects of herself. Something about this wisdom is going to help you on this path or decide what the next best move is. I feel like these two people, whether this is family members or lovers or friends, I feel like all of you, again, care for each other, and these two people are definitely willing to hear what you have to say about this. Again, I feel like you're going to have some type of revelation, or you're going to internally feel what the next best step is. And I heard decisiveness. Part of it is just choosing a path, being clear on it, and not questioning yourself. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next card. I'm gonna ask Spirit, can you tell me more about the Six of Swords? Why is the Six of Swords here? Okay, so the three tarot cards that we have to clarify this are Page of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. I heard internally that you're working on it. I think that the path that you feel is the most correct hasn't fully shown itself yet, but with the Page of Wands here, I feel like you see it in the distance. Like there's something regarding timing or working that's involved in here that needs to be done before the path fully reveals itself. So what's good about this is that this is telling me that you have some time before you have to eventually make this decision or whatever it is you're being led to do or led to lead these two others in. So the Eight of Pentacles talks about working on something or a progression towards something. And the Two of Pentacles is once again about making a choice, trying to see which one is the better option. It also talks about being unsure. Once again, just something about working on this continuously or steadily. You don't need to rush it because, again, there's something about timing that's involved here. But just working at this issue, it reveals a new path that may not be apparent or obvious just yet. So actually, I'm gonna get a card to clarify this. I wanna ask Spirit, can you tell me more about what this path is? Something that can help whomever is listening to this message right now. Okay, I feel like this card wants to come up. We have King of Cups. Actually, I need to pull one more. We have the Hermit. Okay. So the King of Cups to me is someone who is incredibly empathetic or empathic. I feel like, I don't know, you feel so strongly for these other two people, but as I mentioned before, this is meant to be some type of equal partnership or equal friendship. And with the Hermit that came after the King of Cups, you're actually asked to you're being asked to contain your emotions from everyone else's. Like, think of yourself first, and then think of these other people too. I can already tell that these two other people are someone that you care a lot for. Whether it's like a family thing or a friendship thing or a lover's thing, it's just these two people are people that you hold in such high regard. But again, you're being asked to almost separate from them. To be clear, no, you don't have to cut them out. It's more like you're being asked to isolate what your energy is, to be sure of what you want, what you're contributing, what you're working towards, because there's something about being of service to yourself first that actually helps the other two. It helps you become more decisive, and it helps you understand what you want without your perception being colored by anyone else. So especially if you really care or love these two other people, take a moment to be in your own energy, sit with yourself, ask what you want, what you desire, and what you think is the right path moving forward. Then afterwards, consider what it's like when you incorporate these other people's energy. All right, so we'll move on to that last card. I'll ask Spirit, can you tell me more about the Lovers? Why is the Lovers here? So the cards we have are Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, and Page of Cups. I heard internally I want to put my foot down. And I think this is actually like, it's in reference to you, as in like you're being asked to be really sure about what it is you think is best for everyone, because it actually ends up helping everyone or benefiting everyone. I heard internally, why not try things my way for a bit? And again, I feel like this is meant to be an internal dialogue coming from you. I think that something that you're doing, or the next step for you in this group, something about it seems very practical, or something that has a lot of like obvious rewards, at least to you. And something about all of this helping you, it actually helps out this little triangle, this group of people that you have. And the Devil, I actually see you in the position of the Devil itself. Not that you are evil, but the thing that gives these two other people structure. Like, you're helping them stay grounded, helping them stay realistic to like what their commitments are, what their duties are, and they understand what role they're meant to play at this time. Again, like with what I saw earlier about needing to take this slowly, taking your time, working on it, I feel like there is some type of solution that you will come up with, something that you know is very practical or that helps everyone. And it's not about forcing them to see it your way. It's about being firm with what you genuinely believe is best. Of course, they're going to have to figure out, or they're going to have to understand if it works for them, understand how you see things. But I feel like with the Page of Cups, they're interested in what your mind and what your heart is having to say about this. But there's also like a little bit of convincing, mostly because they don't see it fully yet. Something about time and experience will help them see the path or relate to the vision you have in your mind. So again, to summarize, give it time, be patient with this, and listen to your gut, what your heart has to say about this, especially as you work on this issue moving forward. There is a timing thing that's involved that requires you to wait for it a bit, but trust that it will reveal itself internally to you, especially giving yourself time to think about this situation. So this is quite a peculiar message, but if this has resonated with you, please leave me a like and a comment. I would love to hear more about what this story is. And if you're interested in supporting me, I have a Ko-fi link in the description. There you can give me a tip, or you can book me for a personal reading if you feel so compelled. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.